I'm Trinidadi, and let's queer up politics. Out black politician Ossé eyes Jeffries' seat, shaking up New York's political left and gay community. In a move that could reshape Brooklyn politics, Ossé, the 27-year-old black gay New York City Council member and rising progressive voice, has filed paperwork to explore a primary challenge against House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in New York's 8th Congressional District. Ossé told Axios, quote, "The Democratic Party's leadership is not only failing to effectively fight back against Donald Trump, they have also failed to deliver a vision that we can all believe in. These failures are some of the many reasons why I am currently exploring a potential run for New York's 8th Congressional District." Ossé's path into politics began as a Black Lives Matter organizer. Elected at 23, he became the youngest member of the city council and its only Gen Z representative. Known for bold fashion, including Met Gala appearances and outspoken progressive policies, he champions innovative and human-centered public safety solutions, housing affordability, and anti-overdose protections in nightlife spaces. His potential run has stirred tension among progressives. Some allies, including Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani, have urged caution, while others warn that challenging Jeffries now may divide the left. Jeffries' team, however, says they, quote, "welcome this primary challenge and look forward to a rigorous debate," end quote. So I looked up the story a little bit to see who might be on a side and who is not on a side, and AOC is not on a side. Hakeem Jeffries fielded some questions about his challenge to his seat a few weeks ago, I think, and he just dismissed it. So now I think he's like, well, if you really want to, you can. And some other progressives have said this is really not the time, and I agree with them. The platforms that he's running on in New York is what Mamdani is running on, and what he won on, what he campaigned on.
As a socialist.
Yeah, as a democratic socialist. So he's already furthering these platforms. I agree that we don't need any more chaos within the group. Hakeem is not some conservative Democrat.
No.
I mean, he's a strongly progressive Democrat, but he may not be quite as far to the left as Zohran is. So I think the whole country is looking to see what Zohran Mamdani is going to do in the next 2 years. And if his policies are working, then I think the rest of the country is going to adopt. And so I think we're all waiting to see how he does before we make our next move on how progressive or how much closer to the center we get. And so I think this is kind of unnecessary right now. His platforms that he wants to run on have already been run on and campaigned. We're in the process of implementing those things. And I think this is just a distraction. But at the same time, it's America, and anybody who wants to challenge, I do probably agree more with his political views, and he may even be a better candidate than Hakeem Jeffries. But just right now is not the best timing, and we know that timing is everything. The Republicans know that. That's how we got to where we are now, and so we just need some winning strategies.
Right, I guess because he's going against the minority leader for the Democrats. I mean, Zohran Mamdani went against a guy like Cuomo, who has been vilified for many years now, even though, he's a very important Democrat in the state of New York, but he was going against the establishment. I agree. The time may be. I'm suspicious to learn why AOC is not totally supporting him, because she supported Mamdani.
Yeah,
and
she must have her reasons, girl.
Right, she
has her reasons.
They must, but I'd like to know which are the reasons, because Bernie Sanders too supported Mamdani. They were on that bandwagon of the socialist Democrat policies. And so, but again, it may be that he's too naive or too not ready. But it made me think of this kid, David Hogg, for some reason. This kid that came out of the Parkland massacre here in Florida is now running, to become, part. In fact, he running for like the Democrat, like very high up in the Democrat. The position that this woman here in Florida hosts, which is basically running for leadership within the Democratic Party, which is needed from the new wave of young minds
people.
that we need to let get into the space. We're tired of having Chuck Schumer, and people like Mitch McConnell running, at 85 years old and still running for these positions. There is time now for the new generation to have an opportunity.
100%, but it's not right now, at this second.
Maybe not in that position because he's running against Hakeem Jeffries.
No, and that's not a small feat, So Ossé running at 27 is the kind of political energy America desperately needs, just like the boys were saying, right? So it's bold, it's queer, it's black, it's unapologetic, right? And not afraid to shake up a system that's been napping since dial-up internet. But challenging Jeffries, that's not a quiet decision. You know what I mean? That's something that you're saying really loud. But democracy isn't supposed to be polite. If Gen Z wants a seat at the table, sometimes they've got to move a centerpiece over. Okay, so I'm here for the debate. Bring it on.
All right.
There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.